Alright guys, what is up? It's your boy Dose of J here, back again with another video for you guys. And in today's video, we're going to be going over the best cars to get under $5,000. Now, keep in mind, this is all based in Ontario and Canada. So if you're from the US or overseas or somewhere else, the prices may, be different based on where you live. But specifically, I'm talking about Canada. So I'm gonna make a series on this. This is just the first video. I'm gonna do one for 10K and under, and then 20K and under. Go ahead with other people's price ranges, and just to get a different feel for you guys. So without further ado, let's get straight into this list. So the first car on this list, without a doubt, and one of my favorites, is of course the Lexus IS 300. So as you guys know, the IS 300 is an inline six, making 215 horsepower to about 218 pound-feet of torque. Anybody that owns this car or knows about this car, the first thing they say is, I have a 2JZ. It has a 2JZ, which is, it's famous for, of course, the 2JZ GE engine, though. It's not the GTE that's found in the Supra. It's just the naturally aspirated version. However, this car is rear-wheel drive, so it is an absolute blast to drive in the snow, in the summer, whenever you really want. This is a great choice of car if you're looking for something that's not front-wheel drive. That's like a rear-wheel drive platform that is relatively cheap and super reliable. Just gotta look out for a few things. Nothing too crazy, because of course it's a 2J, so it's pretty reliable and bulletproof for what it is, but there's still a little bit of stuff that you do have to look out for. A downside to this car is that it is not fuel efficient at all. Like, for the price, for the amount of power that this car is making, it eats gas like crazy. So do keep in mind, and it is premium fuel that's needed inside this car, so do keep in mind that for the parts you're getting, you're gonna be stopping at the gas station a lot. But of course, if you're coming into the car community anyway, and if you love cars in general, you look past all that type of stuff anyway. You just look for a car that's the best bang for your buck and fun. So I definitely recommend IS 300. Alright, so the next car on this list, I'll definitely have to say it is the Mark V GTI. Now, this car is a great car if you're looking to get into the car scene, or just your first car or second car. It doesn't matter what. This car is hands down a perfect all-around car. Now, if you can get over the whole check engine light jokes that revolves around Volkswagen, you will absolutely love this thing. The GTI makes roughly around 200 horsepower, which is not, I know it's not much, but it is a nice little peppy car for what it is, and definitely you can tune these things to be crazy. If you have never heard a two-step from a GTI, go look it up, or go to your local meet and find one, because these stuff are like the king of two-stepping. They are so loud. But yeah, usually people go ahead and just bag this car or whatever. It absolutely looks good on bags, obviously, but it's like a thing, bags and roof racks with a Volkswagen GTI. But these cars are absolutely a beast, and it's turbocharged from factory, which means it's easier to make power than, of course, the IS 300 that I previously stated. Majority of people that own these cars, like, I don't really hear much complaints about the GTI. So they're well-built cars. If you do want one, definitely check them out. It is a Euro car, so do keep that in mind. So it might be a little bit more pricier than, your regular Japanese cars, but it is not like expensive to the point where it's like a BMW or something. All right, so for the third car on this list, definitely, without a doubt, I'm sure we all know it, so let me just get it right out of the way, is of course the Honda Civic, specifically the ones from 1990 all the way up to 2000. These are probably the best bang for your buck cars ever. They are cheap, they are reliable, and they're easy to make fast, and of course it's fuel efficient too. You can't lose with a Honda Civic. A lot of people bag on them saying, oh, they're a racer and all this stuff, or it's just a Honda, but I'm pretty sure nowadays we can all admit that Honda can wipe out a lot of cars, because the tuning potential is amazing for this stuff. The aftermarket community is massive, and I mean probably the biggest out of every other car. Honda Civic is just amazing. They're like Legos. You could swap motor, suspension throughout generations. These cars are just absolutely the best bang for your buck. Now, you might not get, of course, the SI or the EM1, so to speak, for this price range. You might gonna have to go a little bit higher. You may be lucky to find one, but it's gonna be a little bit thrashed or anything. Also, do keep in mind that these cars, you pretty much won't find them stock anymore. It's at the point now where they're all pretty much tampered with in some way. So just be sure just to look out for certain things and make sure you just don't get too bad of a modified one so that, you know, you don't screw yourself. One big tip of advice I can say for anybody getting these cars though is please get some type of security or have a garage or something. If you do not have a garage, please make sure you have a kill switch or some type of security systems. So just get a multiple of them, because trust me, if you do park this thing outside, people will break into these things. Sadly, these models are so easy to break into, but if you are prepared and you get security, you know, systems installed, then you should have a better time. Another car on this list that you can find for under 5K, or at least for 5K on the dot, is of course the 2000 to 2003 Toyota Celica GT or GTS. It is possible to find the GTS for 5K, a little bit under, or it might be a little bit higher, but it is possible. You just got to look. The GT is okay, but you definitely want the GTS version. It comes with the 1.8 liter with 180 horsepower. So that's a pretty, you know, peppy engine for what it is. Like I said, it's not really, you know, the fastest thing out there, but you got to remember this is under 5K, and for under 5K, you're not really going to find too much like speedsters out there, but this is a great choice. Now, a lot of people rice these cars out and they mod them wrong, but there are plenty of good builds that you can look off of to really get, you know, idea for what you want to do and customize it like. When done right, these cars can be great and beautiful tasting cars. Now, it's pretty fuel efficient for what it is, and the best part about this car is that it is a Toyota. So no matter what, you already know Toyota builds super reliable cars. Now for the final car on this list for, you know, best cars you can get for under 5K is of course no other than the Acura Rsx. You might get a Type S, you might not. Type S's have really shot up in value now, so you might gonna have to spend like an extra $2 grand for it. But there are some that you could get for 5K, but they'll probably be a little bit more beaten up. But if anything, still, the Rsx, regardless of base or the Type S, these are great, solid choices. Even if you get the base one, you can still swap the Type S version into it, which has been done. I know a couple buddies that have done it, so it's possible. But anyway, stock for stock, both of them. Of course, you're gonna want the Type S because it comes with the 200 horsepower and of course the reliable, well-known K20 engine. But the base one isn't as bad either. It comes around with like 160 horsepower. That's still not bad. It's good enough for your day-to-day traffic. But definitely, if you can, definitely get the Type S if it does pop up. Tons of aftermarket support for this vehicle. Absolutely tons of exhaust, you know, wheel choices. You can get a few like body kits too for these cars. But if I recommend anything to you guys, is to keep this thing nice, simple, and clean, because you will not regret it. Trust me. But yeah, this car is absolutely amazing beginner car to start off into the car scene, or even to get as your next car. The possibilities are endless with the Rsx. Now, if you guys want me to do more of these, please drop a like, and of course leave a comment in the comments down below, and subscribe for of course more videos and for more of these. But anyway guys, I am gonna wrap this video up. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out, stay humble, stay blessed. Also, let me know which one of these cars that I mentioned would you take. Peace.